This is a presentation about participatory vendor selection. In healthcare, participatory vendor selection is based around selection of an IT system for its facility based on how preferences are weighed. There are several steps to IT vendor selection. The first step to vendor selection is to involve all stakeholders in the decision. There are many decision makers in this process, and the analyst should invite a multidisciplinary team to approach this selection. Dialogue must be constructed where there are various opinions present. The second step is to have one-on-one interviews. The analyst must interview stakeholders individually. A model of an IT system is created based on preferences voiced by these stakeholders. The next step is to conduct a group meeting where the analyst will ask for inputs. When attributes and levels are set, we can develop the order of importance of each attribute. Through this process, we can calculate the weights of each attribute, and ultimately a consensus model can be developed on which all the group participants agree with. It is important that this entire procedure is documented, showing which scores were assigned to which attribute. Also, documentation should be made available to those in the organization. Two experts were questioned about their experience with electronic medical records, positives and negatives about their previous system, as well as the individual needs or restrictions of their given field. Shown are attributes and their weights for compatibility, ease of use, and cost. The weight is the importance of the attributes to the IT system. The weight is rated on a scale of 0 to 100 according to the levels of which attributes are expressed. The attributes that were given the highest weight are on the left, while the lowest weight is on the farthest right. The scores show that compatibility was the most important, followed by ease of use, and then cost. Compatibility was deemed the most important aspect for a new IT system. An EMR system that would be most compatible with their current system would possibly allow a hospital to integrate its current data into the new system and allow for a faster implementation. A very compatible system would get a rating of 100, while a non-compatible system would get a rating of 0. The second most important attribute seen was ease of use. An EMR system that would allow an employee to log on and input data into the system using less time would save on productivity costs. A system that can be used easily will allow clinicians to put in information in about 2 minutes, while a system that was not so easy to use would take about 6. A duration of 2 minutes or less would get a rating of 100, while a duration of 6 minutes or more would get a score of 0. Cost was another attribute that was rated, however was not highly regarded by the two experts. Although a low-cost EMR system is important to stay within the budget of the given department, it may not be given too much weight if there is an excess of funds allocated to this project. A low-cost EMR system costing $10,000 or less would be denoted by a rating of 100, while a high-cost EMR system costing $15,000 or more would get a rating of 0. The two experts agreed to the weights assigned to each of these attributes. As seen on this slide, compatibility was given a weight of 0.6. Ease of use was given a compatibility of 0.25, and the lowest, cost, was given a weight of 0.15. The weights totaled to 1.0. With the data provided, we can determine the rating level that each vendor operates and find the best vendor to meet experts' preferences. The products of attribute weight and attribute level are added together for each vendor. The highest rated vendor will be recommended by the analyst for use by the facility. Here we can see that these calculations give vendor A a score of 94 and vendor B a score of 77. Based on the score for each vendor, the facility should choose vendor A for its ease of use and compatibility. It has the highest rating and appeals to most of the interests of each of the experts. Its ease of use and compatibility counterweighs its higher cost. The participatory vendor selection process is valuable in choosing an appropriate vendor for an EMR system. All opinions of experts were taken into account through constructing individual models. Constructive discussion allows us to satisfy most of the group's needs while still meeting needs of the individual. Uniform quantification objectively measures these biased attributes and allows us the ability to compare these measures against one another. Also, the interview process allows for the individual to voice their opinions to construct their own IT model. Then a consensus model can allow us to satisfy all the experts and allow us to reach a conclusion in a relatively short amount of time.